Kot Lakhpat Jail had a rhythm of its own. After a few months inside, you start to recognize the patterns, new faces arriving, old stories being retold, and a strange kind of order hiding within the chaos. You grow used to the noise, the silence between the noise, and the quiet, heavy pain behind every face. But sometimes something breaks that rhythm, like the arrival of a fresh batch of inmates. It had been a few months since I'd found my footing in Kot Lakhpat when one such batch came in. A dozen new faces, each dragging in their own burden, their own story. But two boys in particular caught my eye, Momin and Akbar. Both were around 18, but that's where the similarities seemed to end, at least on the surface. Momin looked like he'd taken a wrong turn and ended up in jail by mistake. Chubby, well-groomed, a proper burger batcher. Clean skin, expensive joggers, and a lingering scent of imported cologne that somehow clung to him, even behind bars. You could tell this boy didn't belong here. He reeked of privilege, like jail was just a temporary hiccup before his next party. Within a day, it was obvious his life inside would be nothing like ours. VIP visits almost every other day, food deliveries that made even the wardens pause, and special treatment, the kind only serious money can buy. And then there was Akbar. Tall and slim, with sunburnt skin and a thin, uneven moustache. He looked like he'd been carved out of the dust of some forgotten village. His clothes hung loose on him, and his eyes held that quiet, distant look some inmates wear, like they're still hoping to wake up from a nightmare. He was uneducated, unaware, and completely alone. In all my time there, I never once saw anyone come for him. No visits, no parcels, no legal help, no one even asking for him. My curiosity got the better of me. Everyone knew I had a habit. I liked knowing people's stories, not out of nosiness, out of something deeper, a need to understand, a need to remember that even behind these bars we were still human. So I slowly befriended them both, earned their trust, and eventually their truths came out. Momin, the rich boy, had been out on the town with his friends. His father had gifted him a sports car, one of those fast, flashy machines that practically beg for trouble. Drunk on speed and privilege, he ran over a man late at night. He didn't stop, just kept driving. No second thoughts, no remorse. Just panic, and a phone call to Daddy. The man he hit never made it to the hospital. Akbar, the poor boy, had a similar tale, just set against a different backdrop. A tractor instead of a car, a dirt path instead of a highway. He'd been fooling around with friends in his village, joyriding the only machine his family owned. In a tragic twist, he ran over a fellow villager. Out of fear, shock, and the helplessness of someone who'd never seen an accident before, he left the tractor behind and fled on foot. The villager didn't survive. Two boys, two accidents, two lives lost. The crimes were nearly identical, the deaths equally tragic, and the intent non-existent in both cases. But just 2 weeks after they arrived, Momin was released. His family had settled the matter, paid the victim's kin, paid the police, paid the lawyers, paid anyone who needed to be paid. The law bent, twisted, and bowed beneath the weight of their wealth. Money changed hands, papers were signed, justice bought and shelved. Akbar, meanwhile, stayed. One night, maybe a month later, I found Akbar sitting at the edge of the barracks, facing the wall. His head was lowered, knees pulled tightly to his chest. I sat beside him, saying nothing. After a while, he asked softly, "Bhaijan, has the other boy left?" I nodded. He stared at the ground for a moment, then whispered, "Could I have gone too, if I had the money?" I had no answer. What could I possibly say? He didn't cry. But that night, I watched him quietly fold into himself. Like someone who finally understood he hadn't just lost his freedom. He had lost his place in a world that treated him like he never mattered. Months passed. Seasons changed. Eventually my time came. I was released. As I said my goodbyes to the inmates I'd come to know, Akbar was still there. Same blank stare, same loose, faded shirt, still waiting. His family couldn't afford to settle. They didn't even have the money to visit him, let alone pay blood money. And that's what broke me. Same crime, same age, same mistake. But justice, it wears different faces when one wears cologne and the other smells of the fields. Where one walked away with a price tag, the other was left with a sentence. Thank you for watching aikdastaan, where every tale is a testament to the human spirit and every voice resonates with the truth as they perceive it.